Misty Raney, from Homestead Rescue, is one of those unforgettable women who immediately capture attention on screen. She comes across as strong, fearless, and determined, always ready to help families struggling to survive off the grid. Whenever she appears, you can see the confidence in her stride and the no-nonsense approach she brings to every challenge. But behind that bold and commanding television personality lies a real woman, one who has endured heartbreak, hardship, and personal tragedy in her own life. In recent years, whispers have spread about her possibly stepping away from the show, and rumors surrounding her personal life have only fueled more speculation. In this video, we'll uncover the truth about Misty Raney, diving beyond the cameras to reveal the story that many fans never see. By the end, you may be shocked at the struggles she has faced behind her strength. So, who really is Misty Raney? For many viewers, their first impression of Misty on Homestead Rescue is that of a tireless worker, someone unafraid to roll up her sleeves and get the job done. Whenever she steps in to help families adapt to life off the land, she brings a hands-on attitude and a willingness to do whatever it takes. That hard-working spirit is no accident. It was forged in one of the most rugged and demanding landscapes in America, the wilds of Alaska. Misty was born into the adventurous Raney family on November 9, 1979, in Sitka, Alaska. Her parents, Marty Raney and Molly, raised her and her siblings far away from the fast pace and noise of city life. Her father, Marty, is widely respected for his survival skills and deep knowledge of homesteading, and it is no surprise that he passed those same values on to his children. Misty grew up side by side with her brothers, Matt and Miles, learning how to build, hunt, farm, and defend their homestead from the harsh realities of Alaskan living, while many suburban children were learning how to ride bikes or play video games. Misty's daily routine was entirely different. She was hauling water from nearby streams, butchering meat for storage, and helping ensure her family had enough food to survive the brutal winter months. These skills were not hobbies, they were necessities. Living far from civilization meant the Raneys had to provide everything for themselves: food, water, shelter, and security, all taken directly from the land around them. Misty learned early on that survival depended on resourcefulness, preparation, and resilience. As she grew older, Misty became highly skilled in Alaska's traditional stone and log building trade, a craft her family had mastered for generations. This method of construction, which uses only natural materials like wood and stone, became part of her identity. Alongside that, she developed skills in farming, hunting, and food preservation, all of which would later prove essential in her career. Today, Misty Raney is not only a farmer and builder, but also a skilled hunter and surfer. Her talents eventually helped her become one of the leading stars of Homestead Rescue, the hit reality series, which first premiered in 2016, follows Misty and other members of the Raney family as they travel across the country helping struggling homesteaders establish farms and survive in some of the most difficult locations imaginable. Their experience, drawn from a lifetime of living in remote and challenging conditions, makes them uniquely qualified for the job. At the center of the show is Marty Raney, Misty's father, who had already gained recognition for his earlier work on Ultimate Survival. Alaska Misty comes from a large and accomplished family. She has an older sister named Melanie and two brothers, Miles and Matthew, better known to fans as Matt. Of her siblings, Matt has become the most recognized for his role on Homestead Rescue, where he appears alongside Misty as a builder and mountain guide. Matt is also skilled in agriculture and animal husbandry, making him a valuable asset to the show. He is married to his wife, Katie, and together they have a child. Meanwhile, Misty's sister Melanie runs Chewatch Adventures, a canoe and outdoor adventure company in Alaska, while her brother Miles is a mountain biker and adventurer. As for Misty's own personal life, she is married to Messiah Bilodeau, a carpenter and surfer who shares her deep love for the outdoors. Although their wedding ceremony details have never been widely publicized, it is known that the couple tied the knot on March 7, 2000, and they have remained inseparable ever since. In April 2011, they welcomed their first child, a son named Gage. Together, Misty and Messiah built an 800-square-foot cabin near the Raney family home in Hatcher Pass, Alaska, and they also own property in Hawaii. The couple often spends summers in Alaska and winters in Hawaii, splitting their time between two very different but equally beautiful landscapes. Despite her marriage and family life, Misty has always kept her personal affairs mostly private. On social media, she only shares small glimpses of her home life, choosing instead to focus on her work and outdoor adventures. But fans of Homestead Rescue know her best from her role on the show, where she has been a central figure for all 13 seasons. Misty specializes in farming and food security, helping families figure out how to grow crops, raise livestock, and preserve food even when nature seems to be against them. Viewers quickly noticed that Misty was more than just a builder or a farmer. She deeply cared for the families she worked with, showing empathy and compassion alongside her practical skills. This combination of strength and kindness made her one of the show's most beloved stars. Yet, strong as Misty appeared on screen, she carried personal struggles that most fans never fully saw. Behind the determination and upbeat attitude was a woman who faced her own battles. Like many, Misty dealt with self-doubt, heartbreak, and challenges that no camera could capture. One of her most openly discussed struggles has been her body image and weight. Growing up in Alaska, appearance was never a priority. What mattered most was the ability to survive, work hard, and provide for the family. But once Misty stepped into the public eye, things changed. Suddenly, she wasn't judged solely for her skills, but also for her looks. Over the course of the early seasons, fans began noticing changes in her appearance, which sparked speculation and at times unfair criticism. Some wondered if her weight gain was related to stress, health issues, or even pregnancy. Misty herself has addressed the subject, explaining that fluctuations in weight are natural, especially for people living the physically demanding homesteading lifestyle. She noted that the hard labor often required more fuel, which sometimes led to weight gain. While she admitted she didn't always know the exact reason for the changes, she reassured fans that she had plenty of energy during filming. With humor and honesty, she even joked about pregnancy rumors, which were ultimately false. Still, Misty didn't deny that the comments sometimes stung. Like many women, she experienced moments of insecurity about her body, but for her, those insecurities were magnified by being on national television, where every viewer felt free to voice their opinions. Social media brought both love and criticism, and at times, the negativity was difficult to bear. But instead of letting it break her, Misty chose to face the issue openly. She has spoken about her body image challenges, reminding fans that her worth is not measured by a number on a scale, but by the work she does, the family she helps, and the love she gives her own family. The pressures of fame went beyond appearance. Filming Homestead Rescue meant long days of exhausting work in tough conditions, often far from her husband and son. For a woman who valued family so deeply, those separations were painful. Like many working mothers, Misty struggled to balance her personal responsibilities with her professional role. Only her struggles played out under the scrutiny of television cameras. Even the lifestyle she had grown up with brought constant challenges. Homesteading in Alaska meant enduring harsh winters, unpredictable weather, and endless work to stay self-sufficient. As rewarding as the lifestyle could be, it was physically grueling and emotionally draining. Misty knew this better than anyone, and though she rarely complained, the toll was real. Through it all, Misty showed a side of herself that went beyond strengths. She showed vulnerability. By being open about her struggles, she connected with fans in an even deeper way. Viewers admired not just her toughness, but also her honesty and humanity. Misty reminded people that it's okay to admit you're struggling, that even the strongest people have moments of doubt, and that true strength comes from getting back up and continuing to fight. In the end, Misty's story is one of resilience. Her personal struggles, whether with body image, fame, or the hardships of homesteading, have shaped the woman she is today. They have also made her guidance on Homestead Rescue more powerful, because when she encourages a family not to give up, she speaks from her own lived experience. She knows what it feels like to struggle, and that empathy is what makes her so effective. The good news is that Misty Raney is alive, healthy, and continuing to thrive. She has taken steps to embrace a healthier lifestyle and has shed some of the extra weight that once concerned fans. But no matter how her appearance has changed, to those who admire her, Misty remains as inspiring. Beautiful and strong as the very first day she appeared on Homestead Rescue. However, the dream of living remotely comes with harsh realities. It's not just about freedom, it's about survival in extreme conditions. Families often face unforgiving weather, isolation, wild predators, the challenge of producing their own food, water, and power. While many people long for independence, most lack the necessary skills, experience, or knowledge to truly thrive in such conditions. That's where Homestead Rescue steps in to make a difference. The show follows the Raney family, led by patriarch Marty Raney, who brings decades of experience from his own life off the grid in Alaska. Marty is the backbone of the operation, offering priceless wisdom to those just starting out. Joining him are his two children, Matt and Misty, who each contribute unique skills. Matt, the eldest, is a skilled hunter, builder, and jack of all trades who brings strong survival and problem-solving abilities. Misty, on the other hand, takes a different approach. While Marty and Matt may be constructing shelters or building systems, Misty helps families understand how to grow sustainable food, protect their crops, and transform daunting challenges into practical, manageable solutions. Together, the Raneys don't just rebuild homes. They rebuild hope, teaching essential lessons in survival and sustainability. The beauty of the show lies in watching these struggling families fight against the odds. Many arrive on screen, completely exhausted, frustrated, and on the verge of giving up. Their homesteads often appear broken, down gardens are dried out, pantries are bare, roofs are leaking, and their overall morale is crumbling. Some are ready to abandon the wilderness altogether and return to the comforts of modern life. But then, the Raneys show up. With their guidance and expertise, they breathe life back into crumbling homesteads, turning despair into determination. When Discovery Channel first approached Marty with the idea for the show, he discussed the offer with Matt and Misty. They all agreed on one non-negotiable condition: the series had to be real. Reality TV had already gained a reputation for blurring the line between entertainment and authenticity, and audiences were becoming savvy enough to spot scripted content. The Raneys made it clear they would only participate if the show remained true to life, with minimal scripting. Discovery Channel and Raw Productions accepted, and from that point forward, every episode unfolded organically. The first time the Raneys met the families they were helping was when they literally pulled into their driveways. Each family featured on the show received about 10 days of help. Of course, no one expected the Raneys to solve every problem in that short time. Instead, they focused on tackling the most urgent projects, those that could genuinely improve the family's survival chances. Building a brand new house wasn't realistic, but teaching critical skills, fixing vital systems, and creating workable solutions was. Behind the scenes, the production process was grueling. It took over 100 continuous filming days to complete a season, followed by a rushed post-production schedule. For example, filming wrapped in March one year. With episodes already scheduled to air in June, despite the heavy workload, the Raneys never complained. Knowing their authenticity was what set them apart. The stakes in each episode kept viewers hooked. Would the greenhouse survive a storm? Would the water system function properly? Would the livestock live through harsh conditions? These dramatic uncertainties added tension and suspense. Yet the most rewarding part came at the end of every episode, seeing a family stand proudly on their land again. With repaired shelters, blooming gardens, and restored confidence, beyond entertainment, Homestead Rescue tapped into a larger cultural shift, the modern homesteading movement. People are drawn to off-grid living for different reasons. Some want financial freedom, escaping crushing bills and debt. Others value health and sustainability, preferring to eat food they've grown themselves. And many simply want independence from unreliable systems. But the show doesn't sugarcoat the reality: homesteading demands everything. Time, money, energy, and patience are tested constantly. That honesty is what makes the show stand out. showing not just victories but failures too at its heart. Homestead Rescue is about second chances. It's about families on the brink of giving up who discover resilience they didn't know they had. It's about survival, freedom, and the courage to keep going. Naturally, viewers also wondered, do the Raneys get paid? Like most reality TV stars, Marty, Matt, Misty earn a solid income from the series, though they don't flaunt luxury mansions or flashy cars. Discovery Channel covers most of the renovation costs. The Raneys are known for stretching budgets creatively, often reusing materials to save money. Still, controversy has followed the show. The Raneys have always insisted the series is unscripted, but lawsuits have raised doubts. In 2018, a Virginia couple, Kim and Josh Zebek, who appeared in Season 1, sued Discovery and the production company. They claimed they were misrepresented as inexperienced homesteaders when, in fact, they already had extensive farming knowledge. They alleged that the producers exaggerated their struggles, used misleading edits, and even staged dead animals to make their homestead look worse than it was. Although the lawsuit was dismissed for lack of evidence, the Zebeks spoke publicly about their negative experience, stating they felt exploited for dramatic television. They weren't alone. Other families, like Ren and Innie from Season 2, also expressed concerns that their episode exaggerated certain problems. While they appreciated the Raneys' help, they felt the editing distorted the truth for added drama. These cases sparked wider discussions about the authenticity of reality TV in general. Still, the Raneys' reputation as genuine survival experts remains strong. Despite the lawsuits and rumors, Homestead Rescue has continued to thrive. As of 2025, the show has aired 13 seasons, spawned several spin-offs, including Rainey Ranch, Deconstructed, and Building a Legacy, and built a loyal fan base. Discovery Channel has not canceled it and continues to invest in its future. While not every project succeeds and not every portrayal satisfies participants, the show consistently delivers what fans love: the raw struggle between human determination and the challenges of nature at the end of the day. Homestead Rescue isn't just a show about fixing homes. It's about fixing hope. It's about families learning to stand strong against the wilderness, proving to themselves and others that survival is possible. And for millions of viewers, that message of resilience and renewal is what makes the series truly unforgettable. Over the years, Homestead Rescue has evolved far beyond its original premise. While the first few seasons focused on relatively simple survival challenges, repairing roofs, digging wells, or building basic food systems, the later seasons took on more complex and ambitious projects. These included constructing full-scale greenhouses, designing irrigation systems, installing renewable energy setups like solar and wind, and even creating predator-proof shelters for livestock. As the series grew, so did the intensity of the rescues. Giving audiences bigger transformations and higher stakes to watch, the spin-offs also gave fans a closer look at the Rainey May's own homesteading lifestyle. Rainey Ranch in particular offered viewers a behind-the-scenes look at Marty and his children working on their own Alaskan property, showcasing that the Raineys don't just teach survival, they live it every single day. Homestead Rescue Deconstructed took a documentary-style approach, breaking down past episodes in detail, analyzing techniques, and offering educational insights into survival skills. These additions broadened the franchise's reach and gave die-hard fans more content to dive into. Yet, as with most reality shows, controversy continued to swirl. Despite the Rainey's insistence on authenticity, critics pointed out the polished editing, dramatic music, and carefully timed reveals as signs that producers exaggerated the drama. Some viewers questioned whether families were truly in as much danger as depicted. Others wondered if the Raineys sometimes brought in outside help or extra hands behind the scenes. Lawsuits like the one filed by the Zebeks only fueled those doubts. Still, loyal fans defended the show passionately. They argued that even if some editing choices heightened drama, the Rainey skill set and dedication were undeniable. After all, not many television families could walk into the wilderness, build a functioning water system from scratch, or teach sustainable farming in under 2 weeks. Viewers saw the Raineys not as actors, but as mentors, teachers, and rescuers giving people tools to succeed long after the cameras left. What also kept the show alive was its emotional core. Homestead Rescue wasn't just about hammering nails or fixing fences. It was about people. Every episode centered on families at their breaking point. Viewers connected deeply with their struggles. Whether it was a young couple trying to raise children in a safe environment, retirees seeking peace in the wilderness, or families recovering from natural disasters. The moment when a family finally sees their land become livable again, when a mother cries at a working water pump, or when children run into a repaired cabin, is the kind of raw emotion that can't be faked.